environmental impact assessment in Nigeria. When we say environmental impact assessment, we are also referring to other acronyms that is being used internationally and in other countries, which is environmental and social impact assessment, sometimes environmental, social, and health impact assessment, sometimes cumulative impact assessment. So there are different acronyms being used, but right now we are actually looking at environmental impact assessment as it applies in Nigeria. And today we are focused on the statutory fees. Remember, we are on a series of modules, so this particular module is focused on the statutory fees payable to Federal Ministry of Environment in Nigeria when you're considering to do environmental impact assessment. This is a guide. Let me do a disclaimer. This is a guide. This is a document we got from the Federal Ministry of Environment, and it changes from time to time. This is not a final document you should work with. If you send us an email, info@richflood.com, we'll be able to send you updated statutory fees that is payable in Nigeria based on our experience interacting with the Federal Ministry of Environment and based on information available per time. So this is not developed by Rich Flood. This is developed by the Federal Ministry of Environment and shared with Rich Flood to be able to advise her client on how to go about preparing for the statutory fees for environmental impact assessment. We have a lot of clients and a lot of proponents investing in some projects, and they are worried. They want to know how much it costs to undertake an EIA. They want to know what to budget for environmental impact assessment. So we have two components for environmental impact assessment: the consultancy fees and the statutory fees. So the statutory fees goes to the Federal Ministry of Environment directly through the remitter account. That's through the Treasury single account of Nigeria. All payments are paid there except maybe operational fees that is being paid maybe on the sites or relevant locations pertaining to the project, but all payments are paid to the Treasury single account. You log into the Federal Ministry of Environment portal on remitter.com. I think it's remitter.com. You log into the remitter.com and then find Federal Ministry of Environment, and then you see all these components that we are going to share in this video. You will see it listed in the portal, and then you can select what you're paying for and pay directly. Usually when this payment is made, then you can now send the information to Rich Flood office for us to process whatever needs to be processed with the Federal Ministry of Environment based on your payments. So you can reach us if there are issues or there are hiccups or there are mistakes, based on your payments or based on your selection of what you need to pay for on the remitter platform. You can reach us at info@richflood.com. Better still, you can reach the project office at projects@richflood.com so that such issues can be addressed. So I will go through the statutory fees that are payable. I will read through them. This is not edited. This is as gotten from the Ministry of Environment, and this is useful for your planning. It may not be 100% obtainable or 100% updated at the time you may be watching this video, but this is certainly good for planning your statutory fees and budgeting your projects when you are looking at the planning stage of your environmental impact assessment. We have taken other modules before now. We have captured other modules that has to do with what is environmental impact assessment. In case this is the first module you're listening to, you have to go back to the other modules we have done before on our YouTube channel, Rich Flood Environmental and Social Specialists. If you enter that, you will find Rich Flood handle, and then you can please follow us so that you can have updates regularly, and then it will really help. Even your staff, please get them to listen to this video, and then the most questions that have been asked at Rich Flood office could have been solved if these videos are being watched by your staff. So we'll dive in straight. Send us emails, and you can call our office. If you have our details, we'll drop it down below, and follow us please on Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube. Okay, so this is part 3, module 3 of looking at the statutory fees, just like we've explained. So we've done module 1, we've done module 2. You will be confused if you don't find module 1 and module 2. Module 3 will confuse you. So please find module 1 and module 2 by subscribing to our YouTube channel so that you can be able to understand what we have discussed, all the stages of EIA that require some payments and how much the payments are. So this one, I'm only going to center on this page that has to do with oil and gas EIA follow-up activities and the non-oil and gas EIA follow-up activities. Under the oil and gas EIA follow-up activities, you have environmental audits, environmental evaluation reports, and registration. This is 50,000 naira revenue to government. In my other modules, I explain what revenue to government means and what operational payments means. I explain the 2 types of charges, so please find it. And then you have the post-impact assessment registration is 50,000 naira. Environmental audit certification is 500,000 naira. Post-impact assessment certification is 500,000 naira. Data analysis witnessing, which I have explained in the earlier module what this is about, is 250,000 naira. Facility inspections, that's environmental compliance monitoring, estimates is between 500,000 naira and 2.5 million naira. This is an approximate value. So other operational permits and renewals, which can be effluent discharge, emissions, waste treatment, underground reinjection. This is 250,000 naira per source. So if you're confused, just let us know your project, and then we will pick up what is relevant to you at each stage and send it to you, for your proper understanding. So for now, this particular one may be a bit technical for you, for the starters, for proponents that are starters on environment, but it's quite easy to understand. So we can send you a customized charges, type of charge and how much. We can send it to you customized if you request. So we have the non-oil and gas EIA follow-up activities. This has to do, maybe here you have some reduced rate, I don't know, but somehow when you see the estimated total, it may be reduced. So environmental audit for that is the same 50,000 naira. Post-impact assessment registration, please, registration is 50,000 naira. Environmental audit certification is 500,000 naira. Post-impact assessment is the same amount, just as in the oil and gas sector. And then data analysis is the same amount. Facility inspection, that's the same amount as 250,000. Facility inspections, environmental compliance monitoring is 500,000 to 2.5 million approximate value. Operational permits and renewals, that's effluent discharge, emissions and water treatment, is 250,000 naira. I've come to see that it's almost the same estimate that is here. So please let us know your project first by emailing us at project@richflow.com. Then we can customize all of these charges. If you're confused, we can explain what it means at every stage. We have trainings that explains what is environmental audit, what is post-impact assessment. We have trainings that can help you. Even environmental compliance monitoring, we have it. Impact mitigation monitoring, we have different modules that handles this. Now, let's not confuse this with consultancy fees. These are statutory fees paid to the Federal Ministry of Environment because of their participation in the project. Before certificates are issued for projects, investment projects, these procedures have to be followed. I explained the procedure earlier. It has to be followed, and then a certification issued to the proponent or to the project, to the investment, when these statutory requirements have been satisfied. So we have some, most especially our local clients, getting hooked along the way. They stop maybe at stage 3. Let me go back to show you. They stop maybe at stage 3 of a project. Okay, I couldn't go back. They stop at a stage because they feel that the payment is overwhelming. This is quite understood because when you are taking a loan from the bank, you want to make your investments at lowest possible cost, and that is a business principle. But we have these bills to be paid to the Federal Ministry of Environment in order to satisfy very important requirements of your project implementation, which is environmental impact assessment, or sometimes environmental auditing, sometimes environmental compliance monitoring, sometimes impact mitigation monitoring, as it may be. So this is also important for your project because it creates a lot of benefits. We talked about the benefits of this in another module. The best thing to do is to follow us and share our videos for us, and then you will be able to enjoy all of these educational materials that could save you a lot of money, because if you do not know, you are likely going to be complaining, or you are likely going to be paying even more. So, but this is a guide, it's a standard guide we got from Federal Ministry of Environment. It's reliable for now, and it may change, please. It may change, so that you don't quote Rich Flood that this is final and final. It may change from time to time depending on economic facts and how things go up or go down in terms of the economy. So thank you very much again for hooking up with us on this channel and on this module. See you again next time. Bye bye.